places. My name is Jason Cox. I'm one of the student leaders here at Dawn Mountain that rotates the Sunday meditation, leading the Sunday meditation. We're here at our home located at St. Philip Presbyterian. We've got some space shared here. Today, we're going to do a couple of meditations. We're going to alternate between two practices specifically. The first will be a mindfulness of breath practice. What we'll do is turn our attention to some particular place where we can feel the breath. That might be the tip of your nostrils, might be in the chest, or it might be in the belly, a couple finger widths below the navel and inside as well, a couple finger widths inside. And we'll just put our attention on what the breath is like at that location. We'll do that for about 3 minutes and alternate that with a chanting practice where we'll chant the syllable hum twice in one breath. So it will sound something like hum, hum. And we'll do this at our own pace for about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. We'll experience how that feels, and then we'll turn our attention back to our breath. We'll alternate this a few times. We'll spend a few minutes reading from Pema Chodron's book, Comfortable with Uncertainty, have a little discussion. We'll close with a little more meditation, a couple more rounds of these two practices. And finally, we'll dedicate the merit for today's practice to all sentient beings, and particularly to any of those that are in the book. So when we come time to read, we'll pass the book around and everyone can. Thank you. Can put names in there. So, what we'll do first is cast our aspirations for today's practice. We're doing this for a reason, and indeed it's for all beings. So we can read this together. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. What we're trying to do today in part is set aside the mental chatter that dominates our day so often, and instead just spend some time here in the present, and feel what it's like. So, to get started, let's take our seat. We want to sit comfortably. Have our back straight but not stiff. Your neck straight too. You can feel like your head is suspended by a string. You can rest your tongue near the back of your front teeth. You can have your eyes open in an unfocused way or closed. You really want to relax into your seat as well. Relax your shoulders, your face, your back, torso. And you can relax in part because you have the support of your skeleton. It's holding you up in a way that you can relax your muscles. You also have the support on this seat, under the seat, the very earth itself. You're seated atop the center of the earth. So that's a very strong support for us as well. And we also might feel into or imagine a central channel running in front of the spine from our base up through the crown of our head. And so supported, we can turn our attention to the breath with some curiosity. We want to feel and experience the breath more than think about it. You'll see sometimes the breath in is shallow or smooth, ragged, long. We might feel how the temperature changes. Or how the pressure changes. Just settle the mind at that point you've opted for, the nostrils or the chest or the belly. And just feel what it's like to breathe each breath. When your mind wanders, just gently bring your attention back to that point and look at the breath curiously once again. Just to take a moment to see how that felt. There's a lot of experience in the chant. There's vibration. There's a sound that you make or that you hear, absorb. See how that feels. And turn our attention back to the breath, to our chosen point. And see what it's like this time. Might be different. When your mind wanders, just label the thought, distraction, distraction, and gently return your attention to the breath. And see how that feels. And back to the breath. Feel what it's like this time. Take a minute to stretch. As I mentioned, we read a chapter every week from this book by Pema Chodron. She's one of the early Tibetan, early Westerners trained as a Tibetan monastic. This book is called Comfortable with Uncertainty. There's 108 short chapters, each about one page. And this week's chapter is number 99 in the series, Cultivating Forgiveness. Forgiveness is an essential ingredient of bodhicitta practice. It allows us to let go of the past and make a fresh start. Forgiveness cannot be forced. When we are brave enough to open our hearts to ourselves, however, forgiveness will emerge. There's a simple practice we can do to cultivate forgiveness. First, we acknowledge what we feel: shame, revenge, embarrassment, remorse. Then we forgive ourselves for being human. Then, in the spirit of not wallowing in the pain, we let go and make a fresh start. We don't have to carry the burden with us anymore. We can acknowledge, forgive, and start anew. If we practice this way, little by little, we'll learn to abide with the feeling of regret for having hurt ourselves and others. We will also learn self-forgiveness. Eventually, at our own speed, we'll even find our capacity to forgive those who have done us harm. We will discover forgiveness as a natural expression of the open heart, an expression of our basic goodness. This potential is inherent in every moment. Each moment is an opportunity to make a fresh start. Forgiveness cannot be forced, she writes. I mean, not that we don't try. Jason, what are you doing? Get over here. Apologize to your sister right now. Okay, tell your brother it's okay. You know. And of course, we make kids role play this because socially we have to do this in our real lives too. Times we're compelled to say the words. But, you know, Pema Chodron here is not talking about that, but about in our hearts what it's like. And forgiveness is a difficult topic because it's inextricably tied to, you know, harm, someone doing something wrong. That's the only reason the forgiveness is asked for in the first place. And, you know, sometimes we have ideas. Maybe we don't think someone ought to be forgiven or absolved for something. It can be very hard on us to struggle with that. And then, of course, for ourselves, I think it's doubly hard. I mean, most of my regrets are things that I hope I am forgiven for, you know, acts that were either selfish or thoughtless, careless, or mean. And then sometimes we have been forgiven by others, but we still can't forgive ourselves. Might have difficulty with, you know, knowing things we've done that harmed ourselves. We have no one to blame but ourselves, it seems. So what Pema Chodron talks about here is how we can go about this process is first by acknowledging what we feel, knowing what we feel. Whether it's shame, I guess, vengefulness, embarrassment, remorse. And then we appreciate that that's just part of being a human being. We give ourselves a break for that. And then we can let it go. Start anew. We'll discover forgiveness as a natural expression of the open heart, an expression of our basic goodness. This potential is inherent in every moment. I think that resonates. I think we all know that how cathartic that act of forgiveness is, and how released we feel, unbound. This potential is inherent in every moment. Each moment is an opportunity to make a fresh start. We're cultivating forgiveness here in much the way we're cultivating our attention on the cushion here. We're paying attention to what it's like now, what the experience is. We're doing that non-judgmentally, and we're moving on to the next moment. So that's what struck me in this chapter. I'd love to hear from anyone in person or online. We have a microphone we can pass around. Any thoughts or reflections?
Thank you for reading that passage. And in receiving it and hearing it today, I started reflecting on a particular instance where I forgave someone too early. I got wrapped up in there's potential in every moment, and I forgot the piece about making sure that it's the right moment and that you can't force. And it was funny, I was even thinking about it as you were reading. I was like, but I did it too soon, and I shouldn't have forced it. And then that just read, it cannot be forced. It's like, yeah, exactly. And so I particularly receiving today the pieces about forgiving myself first, understanding the experience and forgiving myself first. Because what I noticed in the past is this person was pressuring me to forgive them. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Do you forgive me? Please forgive me. Yes, I forgive you. Fine, get out of my face, was sort of how I approached it. And I never recovered from it. I wasn't able to get to the point of acceptance and forgiveness of myself because I bypassed it. And I'm sure if I went to a therapist and did all the stuff, I could. But this was just a really lovely reminder of what it means to have potential in every moment. Doesn't necessarily mean there has to be action in every moment. And I appreciated that today. Thank you.
That's lovely.
Thank you for sharing a great passage. It made me think about when we feel like someone is harming us in an attempt to look at the situation from a space of curiosity, we can contemplate that person thought in that moment that was going to relieve their suffering. And when we can take a step back and think about it from that angle, there's opportunity to have compassion for the other person and to remember that maybe it's not about me. Maybe I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, even if it's your significant other, even if it's, where it's like, well, no, it obviously was, geared towards me. It can be an interesting thing to contemplate the rationalization of those unkind acts, seemingly unkind acts from others, and use it to look at the situation a little bit differently in that process of contemplating that forgiveness. So that's what came to mind. Thank you.
Lovely. Okay, crew. Thank you for that. Let's turn our attention prepare to meditate again. Alternate a few more times here. You'll find your seat. Turn our attention to the breath. That place we're focused on. See what it's like this time, with some curiosity and gentleness. Thank you, ma'am. So we'll have a couple things to close here. We'll dedicate the merit of our practice today. We'll have a quick set of announcements, and we'll close with the syllable ah together. So to start with, let's dedicate the merit of our practice. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. And we dedicate the merit to all sentient beings, and especially to Thomas, Melissa McIntyre, Kelly, Tommy, Margarine, Elizabeth, Susie, Sylvia, Ronaldo, Nathaniel, Emma, Noah, Leah, Penny, Kyle, Kathy Stewart, Jay, Max, Annie, Nora Health, Kathleen, Eva, Julia, Anna for health, all beings trapped in war zones or living with food insecurity, Sandy, Mike. Have this blessing. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And thanks to everyone online for attending also. And good to see you, Nancy, Charlie, Michael, Neil, Anna, KB, David. We'll close with an awe. Oh, announcements. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. You want?
I'm going to test out this new microphone, make sure it works for when Kempo Yashi comes. So next Sunday, May 4th, we are going to have an amazing Sunday. The Lamas are going to teach starting at 10 to 11, a 1-hour class about meditation, like why we meditate, and sort of go in depth on the topic. Then we'll have a regular meditation at 11, free lunch at 12. For those of you who are in person, it's going to be tiki masala. And at 1 o'clock, we'll have a welcome event. You can sort of learn about us, our upcoming programs, and have a Q&A with our teachers. The following Tuesday, May 6th, will be the last session of the current Teaching Tuesday series. In the summer, the Teaching Tuesdays will become Sundays. We haven't found a cute name for them yet, but we'll start having meditation at 10 in the summer, and we'll have the teachings at 11. And starting June 22nd, we'll start having free yoga at 9 for those of you who are in person. So 9 o'clock yoga, 10 o'clock meditation, 11 o'clock teaching. And we'll do that through the summer, and we'll sort of see how that works for everybody. And if it works, great, then we'll continue with it. So we'll have an email coming out soon about dates for when these changes are being made. So for now, meditation is staying at 11. Don't come at 10 for meditation just yet. Our POA retreat will be May 12th through 18th. POA is a practice that you do for those on their deathbed who are reaching that moment of death. It's a very traditional practice, and so we are teaching it and doing practice together for a week. And then we are having a guest teacher host a retreat May 19th through the 23rd. Ground, Path, and Fruition Prayer. That will be with Kempo Yashi. He will be here in person. For those of us who come to the retreat, there's a dinner with him as well. It'll be really nice. There's also going to be a silent online auction starting May 1st and going through, I think, Friday the 16th of May. This auction's really amazing because a lot of our community members are offering experiences, like online experiences. I believe Nathaniel Rich is offering like a Tibetan language lesson, which sounds great. Some other people are offering like mindful eating classes and that sort of thing. So it's really wonderful, and you'll be getting that in your email soon too. And I think that's it for announcements right now. I hope this microphone is lovely. We'll find out when I watch the recording later. Thank you.
Sounds good up here. Yeah.
Thank you, Emily. Okay, everybody. Appreciate your time. And let's close with that awe. Ah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
No problem.
Okay. Done?